I have a crooked tooth that I have wanted fixed for my whole life. My husband has offered to pay for me to finally have it fixed, but I suddenly don't want to, because he likes it. Hello, this will probably seem like such a strange problem to have for most of you, but it is stressing me out, and I would love some outside advice. I have had a crooked tooth ever since my permanent teeth came in. It is right up front and very noticeable, and it sticks out of my lips when I have my mouth closed. Growing up, my family didn't have the money or insurance to do anything about it, so I just lived with it. But I hated it. I used to get made fun of sometimes for it, and it always made me feel so weird looking. I met my husband 5 years ago. He never made any comment on my tooth until I mentioned once to him how insecure it made me feel. He reacted with surprise and said he really liked it. He said it looked unique and added character, and he thought it was a really cute feature. I was of course glad he liked it, but I never did. He has recently finished college and started in a new career with much better insurance and making more money in general. A couple weeks ago he approached me and told me that he could arrange an appointment to get my tooth fixed, between his new salary and the insurance. I was at first overjoyed. After years, I still just didn't like that tooth any better, and I was really excited to finally get it set straight, literally. But after I kinda thought about it for a little while, I asked him if he still liked my crooked tooth, and he said he loved it. So I asked him why he was making the move to get it straightened out, and he told me he knew I didn't like it, so he wanted to get it fixed even if he would miss it. It's an amazingly sweet gesture, and I waited for this chance for over 20 years, and I would have thought I'd be jumping for joy that I have the chance now. But I'm weirdly feeling kind of hesitant about it now. I still don't like my crooked tooth, but I guess I really like that my husband likes it. I don't know if that makes sense, but every time I think about him saying he thinks it is pretty makes me not want to fix it anymore. I'd feel bad asking him not to make the appointment with as big a deal as I have always made about getting the tooth fixed, but I'm not sure I actually want to fix my tooth anymore. And I know if I tell my husband I want to keep my crooked tooth because of him, the first thing he is going to say is don't keep it for me, fix it if you want to. So now I feel really torn. Should I let him get my tooth fixed, like I always thought I wanted? Or should I tell him I want to keep my crooked tooth? I have a crooked tooth for my whole life that I have always hated. My husband is offering me the chance to fix it, but I suddenly don't want to because I know he likes it. Now for the top comments. Get your tooth fixed. Over time, having a tooth in the wrong position can cause problems. They're teeth and I understand the sentimentality behind it, but ultimately you have to do what's best for your health. Straight teeth aren't just about aesthetics. They're about your health. Saying this as someone who's had multiple permanent teeth pulled, years of braces, 10+ cavities filled, wisdom teeth removed, and other oral surgeries, I would do it all again because my teeth look amazing today, and my oral health is great. It's also worth it to ask your dentist about your bite in general and whether it would be worth it to look into Invisalign. Next comment. Get a consult with a dentist. You know how some nose jobs are just a slight tweak and some are super dramatic. Perhaps there's a middle ground of less crooked versus completely straight. Your husband likes you for more reasons than the angle of your teeth. He told you he wants this decision made on what you want, not what he thinks is cute. Yes, I was going to suggest this. A good orthodontist will make sure your smile still looks natural and retains your personality, while making sure that you have a comfortable and healthy bite. My teeth are very slightly crooked. I had a consult with 2 different orthodontists. The one had great plans to make all my teeth perfectly straight, including shaving down the sides of my teeth to make room for manipulation and shaving down the tips of my front incisors, so they weren't longer than the others. It seemed extreme to me. The second orthodontist told me that there is absolutely nothing wrong with my teeth, that the tiny imperfections made them look of course natural and normal, and in fact asked if he could take a picture of my teeth as inspiration for what his other clients should be striving. I went with the second orthodontist's opinion and did nothing. Next comment. When I found out I was a lesbian, I started realizing that a lot of the insecurities I had about my body, I loved in other women. I hated my own laugh, I thought my hair looked awful, my jaw was too square. And then I saw other lesbians talk about how much they loved women with these exact qualities. I saw how much I loved women with these qualities, despite what society had said about them. I realized I was beautiful, not despite these things, but because of them. Take some time. Really consider this. Your husband will love you, know what you choose, and it's important that you feel comfortable in your own body. Just remember that you are beautiful as you are now. Don't let anyone pressure you into this. Maybe it'll take some time before you can love your tooth directly, but loving it through loving someone else is okay. You have time to think this through. Next comment. Can you look in the mirror and say I love you, my weird tooth, and mean it? Likely why you're hesitant is that you used to think that you can't love that tooth of yours and never will. However, when your husband said he loves it and meant it, maybe you thought that you could love it too. I would suggest you to learn to accept and love that tooth of yours because you can. It's your tooth after all, and according to your husband, it's a lovely feature of yours. After you can accept and appreciate it, then if you still want to change it, not fix it cause there's really nothing wrong with it, then do so with a calm heart. Or maybe you'll embrace it as something that was with you a long time and significantly shaped your life by teaching you self-acceptance, love, and possibly attracting your now husband. Whatever you decide, that tooth of yours definitely deserves some gratitude, don't you think? Take care. Next comment. I understand how you're feeling. When I was in the second grade, someone pushed me into the metal structure of a play set, and I chipped half my front tooth. They felt bad for it and grabbed a trinket that was next to the piece of tooth that had chipped off as an I'm sorry gift. I was furious they didn't grab the piece because I was told if they could have reconnected it, and it would look normal. For a long time I had to live with it that way because my parents couldn't afford to get a cap fitted. It made me so self-conscious because it was the first and only thing people noticed when I smiled with my teeth. I was made fun of for it for years after. I never let go of the thought of getting a cap so I could look normal again. As I got older though, people stopped caring, and I got comments about how the tooth made my smile more unique. It made it harder to decide whether to go through with it. Eventually I became more comfortable with it because people made it feel so normal. There are of course times when I notice someone looking at it, but it's become a permanent part of my smile, and it makes my smile truly mine. I hope someday you're able to feel more confident in your smile whether you decide to have it straightened or not. It's hard when you're insecure about part of your smile, and you deserve to have a smile you're proud to show off. I think if you can't decide to fully get it fixed or leave it as is though, it might be good to talk to your dentist about getting it partially straightened. If you do it and you realize you want it fully straightened, they can do that for you. If you do it and you like the way it looks, then it stays. I wish you good luck in the future. Next comment. I would tell him how happy he has made you. How much you appreciate his offering to get it fixed solely for your sake, when he actually likes it. Most men seem so selfish with women's bodies, but he's being really selfless about it. He remembered how you feel about it. But there's nothing wrong with you changing your mind. I would say that him sharing his views on your appearance has really been sweet and made you like yourself more. You've come to accept this part of you, and that it doesn't have to be some ugly flaw. It's unique, and the man you love finds it beautiful. What a sweet sentiment. He won't mind if he knows it's for you, not for his sake, and may even be moved by the sentiment. Y'all are adorable. And of course, you can appraise weight to decide or end up changing your mind back and get it worked on. It's totally up to you, it's your body. Edit. Also, I'm surprised to see how many people are telling you how you should get it fixed anyways despite the fact you said you like it this way better. You're welcome to consult your dentist about the health, but if it's purely aesthetic then it doesn't matter. Ignore the people who think they're suddenly dentists without even seeing your mouth. Next comment. Get it fixed. He loves it because he loves you, and he doesn't need you to be perfect, and it does give you character. But you don't like it, and he has plenty of other things to like about you. I had a messed up front tooth for most of my life, and only recently scraped up the money to fix it. I talked to my partner of 10 years about it, and he felt really neutral about the whole thing. I had cold feet and almost backed out. My tooth never seemed to cause me any real problems, and what if I looked different? I am thrilled with my new smile. It's still not perfect, I'll never be mistaken for a toothpaste model, but it's normal, not noticeably different from anyone else's smile. It has affected my confidence in ways I never realized. I didn't know I'd been holding my lips partway closed when I smiled for pictures until I quit doing it, but now I just smile if I feel like smiling. I smile big. I look back now and see how much of my life was affected by such a small thing. Things would really have been different if I'd found the money sooner, and I wish I had made it a priority sooner. Please get that fixed. Your husband likes it, and he will also like the new tooth, and I suspect and hope that it will be the same weight off for you that it has been for me. Next comment. Your husband obviously loves you and wants for you to be happy. He loves you the way you are. He looks at you and something that has always been a flaw in your mind is something that he has only ever perceived as adding to your unique loveliness. But he's also aware of how much anguish this has caused you over your life, and how you have always wanted to fix your tooth, but never had the means to do so. I think your husband probably feels two things at the same time. He thinks you are perfect the way you are, but he is also happy to be able to give you the means with which to fix something that has caused you much distress. I think he will be happy no matter what you decide. I think you should do some soul searching to determine what it is that you want. Does it still bother you when you look in the mirror? Or are you able to see it as a unique feature that gives you character? If it still bothers you, do not keep it just to make your husband happy, because making you happy is what actually makes him happy. I think it sounds like you have a very kind partner at your side, and the correct decision is going to be whatever is right for you as an individual. Next comment. I had this friend, Yuki, in Japan with one prominent crooked front tooth. She proudly called it her charm point, and it was. In traditional Japanese aesthetics, wabi-sabi is the idea of finding beauty in natural imperfections. Yuki was absolutely beautiful. She had perfect skin, perfect hair, glittering almond eyes, a slim and perfect body. She was smart and clever and witty. Then there was that tooth, that let you know all those other things about her were natural, and it magnified and intensified them. I wouldn't fix your charm point. One crooked tooth isn't going to hurt your health. It makes you you. Already perfect and beautiful exactly as you are. Next comment. Get your tooth fixed. Over time, having a tooth in the wrong position can cause problems. They're teeth and I understand the sentimentality behind it, but ultimately you have to do what's best for your health. Straight teeth aren't just about aesthetics. They're about your health. Saying this as someone who's had multiple permanent teeth pulled, years of braces, 10+ cavities filled, wisdom teeth removed, and other oral surgeries, I would do it all again because my teeth look amazing today, and my oral health is great. It's also worth it to ask your dentist about your bite in general and whether it would be worth it to look into Invisalign.